residential program in the Midlands works to empower young men to overcome addiction. Reconciliation Ministries will soon open a store that will help fund this program.
Here to tell us more about this program and how it's shaping lives in the Midlands is Executive Director Ashley Arrington and Lead Pastor Reverend Lucky Deddy. Thank you both so much for being here with us today. Tell us a little bit more about the work y'all do with y'all's organization.
Yeah, so Reconciliation Ministries empowers men to overcome addiction. We do that through a 15-month-long Christian discipleship ministry where our students live in properties that we own. So every day we feed them, house them, clothe them, and most importantly, disciple them to work through the root cause of what led them to addiction to begin with.
Sure. And you know, when it comes to addiction, it takes many different forms, primarily, drug, alcohol addiction primarily?
Yeah, well, most of our students have been, drug, alcohol. We have dealt with other types of addictions as well. A lot of it comes from the same place, so we just provide opportunities for men to heal.
Sure.
Yeah.
Have y'all noticed, just by the men, the boys that y'all have seen, is there a common kind of point of where it starts? Like, is it on social media and that's how they kind of hear about it, or is it by the friends, the people they correlate? Kind of what is the root problem, or is that too big of a question to ask?
The root problem of addiction?
Yeah. The ones y'all are seeing.
Yeah, most of it leads back to trauma. I think all of us experience some form of trauma in our lives, but some of the stories that we hear are just devastating, that things that people have been through. And I tell the students all the time, like, no wonder you turn to substances to try to mask that thought, emotion, and pain. And then physiologically over time, your body takes over and you're actually dependent upon that chemical at that point, and that's when life really starts to fall apart.
Yeah, so let's talk about this next phase for your ministry. And this is a new store that you're opening up. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we're super excited. One of the things that we really believe sets us apart is what happens after a student graduates. There's so many skills that they need, a job, a housing, all of that. And so RM Storehouse provides an opportunity for our men to experience vocational training, a job, an employment, a path, hope really after graduation, that they can continue to be a part of the ministry where they get the chance to work with the guys, but yet also have an employment opportunity and can build their resume back up.
Sure, and when you're talking about, you're saying that 15-month program, correct? They graduate the program, they work in the storehouse, and they're able to just start to put the pieces back together.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Put the pieces back together and learn new skills that they didn't have before, right? So that they are actually employable whenever that time comes.
Yeah, so why is it so important to have this opportunity for them? They go through the program, they do kind of the hard work there, but to have a resource for them after they graduate that program, tell us a little bit about why it is so significant that y'all are helping provide that opportunity.
Yeah, two of the most important things are employment, housing, and actually three, community. And so we have the opportunity to help provide all of those, to help our students as they transition after graduation back into, I guess, normal life, you could say. And so so it's really important for those opportunities to be given to our students, and we believe that through this path of RM Storehouse, they're going to have the chance to develop those skills. And also, many of our graduates, the Lord's done some incredible things in their life, and they want the opportunity to minister to the guy who's just coming in day one. And so RM Storehouse affords that opportunity for them to have a job, yet also still impact many people's lives. And they get to see someone who is in their shoes. They get to encourage them because they can say, I was right where you are, and now look what the Lord's done.
And that's a powerful testimony in that.
That's great. It seems like for ministries like yours, it all started somewhere, and it all started with a story. Give us an idea of how Reconciliation Ministries began, if you can take us back there. Was it somebody who themselves struggled with addiction and had that heart to then open up to start something like this?
Yeah, so I struggled with a drug addiction for about 18 years, and in 2011 had the privilege to go through a long-term Christian discipleship ministry, very similar to what we do, and the Lord changed my life. About 3 years after that, put a burden on my heart for Reconciliation Ministries, to the point where even had some business cards made, said Reconciliation Ministries, had my name, had my phone number, but I didn't have the administrative skills, didn't know how that was going to happen. And in 2015, October 2015, the Lord brought Ashley from Denver to Columbia. I think I was one of your first meetings, and from that moment on, the two of us just prayed, listened, and obeyed. And God has done miraculous things in the community that our students are housed.
Wow. So give us an idea, just a little bit of the impact. You know, since that day, how many people have you helped, have you touched in your ministry?
Yeah, the numbers, it's pretty crazy to look back on, and the neat thing is behind every number is a story.
Yes.
A story of impact, a story of hope, a story of reconciliation. And so we've had the chance to serve over really like 400 people over the past 9 years. We've had the chance to see over 60 people baptized, and also we serve 3 meals a day, plus we get the opportunity to serve our community as well. So we've served literally hundreds of thousands of meals during that time as well. So pretty incredible to see lives change and to see people reunited with their families, with their kids, with their parents. Like, just incredible, miraculous stories that have taken place.
Yes, and y'all are doing incredible work. So thank y'all so much for the work y'all do. We have a full screen right there with all of the information and the location as well as the hours. But thank y'all so much for being here with us today. We so appreciate it. Thank y'all for what y'all do.
Thanks for the opportunity.
All right, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with more Prime Time after this.